Hello YouTube friends, today we are continuing work on the summer kitchen. We have done 2 videos on it already to explain and show how we've gotten this far. If you haven't seen those videos, you should go back and watch them. It really is just a very large screened-in porch that we're going to happen to put in another cook stove and a kitchen countertop and a few other things that are going to help us live during the summer months here at our cabin. Of course, it's not going to be heated in here. We're not going to insulate it or close in the windows so that we could keep the heat in. And so it's not going to be something that we use very much in the winter. Next on the list is we need to put on the roof. And in order to get up there and work and put on joists, I need to put a bracing on these supports. And so we're going to do that next. But before I can do that, I've still got to take off the old strap from putting up the last beam. So let's get going. Okay, so I'm ready to put up some of the supports, the bracing. I have braces that are going to go across between the beams, and then I have bracing that are going to make 45-degree angles to make everything into triangles so that it can't shift or flex sideways. So those are the things I'm going to put up now. I'm going to start with the ones that go in between the beams. I'll put all 4 of those up, and then I'll work on all of the corner bracing at the 45-degree angles. Okay, so I've got all of the horizontal connecting supports up, all 4 of them, and they are leg bolted in from each side. I've also taken the time to leg bolt in from each beam on top of each post, 1 leg bolt into the post so that it won't go anywhere. And next, I think while I'm at it, I'm going to put in the horizontal support, the horizontal connecting supports I did. I'm going to put in the vertical support that we'll do for the doors. We're gonna have 2 screen doors. We're gonna have 1 screen door here, so I'll put a vertical support in there, and then we're gonna have another one down here, and I'll put another vertical support in there, and we'll get that all set to go for the braces. Okay, so next is getting in all of the corner supports or the braces on the 45-degree angles. These are a bunch of the posts that I originally put in that were too short. We're going to cut them up now and put a 45-degree angle on each end, and we're going to leg bolt them into all the corners so that it stops doing that. It's interesting right now when you move one of these, the whole frame moves together. It's kind of cool, but not what we want. So here we go. All right, good morning. It's another day. I have all of the supports up I need now to install the roof. The roof will support the structure as well because we're going to attach it to the cabin. And we're going to use a ledger board or a header board. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact name. It's actually going to end up being a ridge beam because we need a board to come out here for this empty space to hold up the roof out here and then to have something to angle back down on the other side. So it's going to be a ridge beam. I've got it milled already. I'm going to go up and get it. And we need to attach it to the cabin, so that's what we're working on now.
Okay, so Steve has a roof joist placed up there and is marking for where the ledger board should be placed.
Ledger board will go right here. I'm going to mark it at the ends where I've got to cut the roof, and then we'll lift it up here and screw it on. All right, that should do it. Let's cut the roof off, or just this little part. Okay, so I have an electric concrete cutter here that I'm gonna try and cut the roof with. It is concrete. It has cattle panels in it and chicken wire. I'm not really worried about the cattle panels. I think that'll be okay. I'm a little bit worried about the chicken wire in case it gets snagged and pulls out of the roof, but I don't think anything of those things are gonna happen. I'm gonna go slow at first. We'll see how it goes. And that's all there is to that. Okay, now that the ledger board is up, I can begin putting up the roof joists. I'm going to put them up as half joists, so they extend from the middle beam to the top ledger and then the middle beam to the back beam, except for the very ends. The very ends, I thought it would look a lot nicer if there was just one straight piece all the way across. And so I did mill a couple boards that are the complete length, just like I did for the many of the floor joists. And so I'm going to try and use these boards that I have up here to hold the big long joist and get it up there and maneuver it into position. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay, I have finished installing all of the roof joists, and I have milled some timbers to deck over the top of it, so now it's time to start decking it. Unlike the floor here, where I could stand on it and it was level and I could work on it nice and easy without danger of falling through and getting hurt badly, on the deck here, on the floor, I cut slabs, not dimensional lumber, just slabs, and then I chainsawed them to fit together. And I can actually do that with smaller logs, and so I can use more of the wood that's on the property. When I make dimensional lumber like this, it takes larger logs to be able to get all four sides cut. And so I tend to balance it out as much as possible. When I need dimensional lumber, I cut dimensional lumber. When I can get by with slabs, I cut slabs. And in this case, because I'm going to be 12 feet in the air, I'm gonna use dimensional lumber that I've milled to deck the roof instead of slabs and trying to cut it with the chainsaw. I think that'd be too much effort and too much risk up there on the roof, and I don't want to do that up there. So I'm going to be milling, 5-6 boards at a time and then putting them up there. So let's get going. Okay, so now that I have those 6 boards up there, it actually feels a lot safer up on the roof. And putting the ladder here kind of in this corner, I think is going to make it pretty easy to get up and down. Just trying to, don't want to wreck that every time I get up and down. But yeah, so now it's not even a step backwards onto the ladder. So yeah, I'm going to start up here at the top. Up here by the building, because as I add the deck boards, it will stop the roof from doing this. And because the cabin's not moving anywhere and the top's attached to the cabin, the support for the deck to keep it from going like this is from the deck boards. And so if I started way down there on the bottom, it would all be flimsy until I got to the top and connected the deck boards all the way up to the roof. So I'm going to start at the top, plus then I get to work at the slight angle uphill that it is, and that's a lot easier than working at the slight angle downhill. So I'm going to get the grinder out. I've got to cut part of this roof off here to get that first board to fit underneath, and we'll get going. Okay, I've got the first 6 boards on. Now I just have to repeat and repeat and repeat. It'd probably be about 10 times I gotta do that. So here we go.
Taking a shower too. Video's looking at me. How do I look? Yeah, how do I look?
Wet. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah. Okay, now I can. I can't wait to see this.
Okay, so we have got all of the deck boards on the roof. My birthday's coming up. Patience went around and put on some outdoor Christmas lights. It looks kind of cool. It's starting to feel enclosed in here now. It's starting to feel kind of protected, or I guess sheltered, kind of like a shelter. And it's nice. It's starting to get really nice. And we got the deck boards on. And next time we'll be putting on the cement roof to make it waterproof up there. And it's going to be a really good video, so you should make sure you watch that. But for now, that's that.